Hi everyone, welcome back to Twinstrology, where we talk about twin flames, astrology, and ascension. And today we are going to do a pick a card reading. It's been a long time since I did a pick a card reading, and I thought it would be fun to do this month. So I have three choices. This is number 1, number 2, or number 3. So pick which pile you feel is yours, or which piles. You can certainly pick more than one. And I will put the timestamps below. So if you chose card number 1, this is your reading. The overall theme of your connection is the Wheel of Fortune. So definitely there's something positive coming your way. How I'm actually interpreting the card, and this is the first time I've ever really felt this way, but maybe this is how the card is intended, is that Zeus is blessing her. So I feel like God is getting ready to bring blessings to this connection. Definitely like positive energy here. In this myth, Danae is locked in a tower. And she's locked in this tower because her father doesn't want her to have any suitors, because it was predicted that she was going to have a male child who would kill him. So she's locked up and no one can get in. But the god Zeus falls in love with her, and he turns himself into a shower of gold so that he can get into this tower, and he does impregnate her. So another way we could look at this is it could be some kind of financial reward that's coming, but also this connection is very spiritual. For some of you, you may not be talking in the physical, but spiritually, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of communication happening. A lot of the work that you've done in this relationship has been spiritual. So even if you are in communication, there's spiritual things that you've been clearing. Let's look at the other cards, and I think that will make more sense. So in the energy of the past, we have stay optimistic about your love life, clarified with past lives are influencing our connection. I've lost you in other lifetimes, and that makes me afraid. I need to heal the grief to allow the love to bloom. Okay, so you have been doing this clearing work, as I've said. You've been clearing away the past where there's been heartbreak, a lot of it from other lifetimes. Maybe you weren't conscious of it, but you were able to stay optimistic. You were able to believe, to have faith in this love despite everything that was happening. Again, I feel like for a lot of you, there hasn't been a lot of connection, or the communication has been off and on. But it's like you did your work, is what I'm getting. You've been doing your work. And here we see a statue, and she's making this offering. And it's almost like that good energy is coming back to you now. What's going on in your present? We have honeymoon clarified with we are coming into union. Ooh, okay. So there is forward momentum here in this connection right now, because you have been doing your clearing, because you've been staying positive. Now it's like wind beneath your wings is what I heard. We have this like angel is on this boat, leaving the past behind is what I'm getting. For some of you, there could be travel and traveling to see each other at this time. And if you are doing that, I feel that it will be a very positive experience for you to see each other again. But there's a balance coming in. With this, we are coming into Union card. There's an energetic balance. 1111 is the card. It's going to be felt right now as like being in a very balanced state, mentally or emotionally perhaps, because of the clearing work that you've done and because you've stayed positive. What I'm feeling is like the forces of the universe right now are behind this energy, and there's a real push towards a deeper ignition of this connection, whatever that means for you. Remember, this is a general reading, so you have to take what resonates with your particular situation. So in the future, we have reconciliation, clarified with we are alchemists. We transform fear into love and shadow into light. Okay, so yeah, there's this big push on, and it's pushing you towards a reconciliation. As I said, I feel like a lot of you haven't had a lot of connection or communication on the physical, even though there's likely to have been a deep spiritual bond or perhaps dreams or something like that coming between the two of you. Your work is paid off. Now, there's still going to be some things that you have to transform as this reconciliation happens. But just remember that you know how to do this because you've been doing this work. And a lot of it is staying positive, to be honest. It's mind over matter. It's not letting fear get a hold of you, but being able to stay in this balanced state. A lot of times it helps to recognize the bigger picture, the multidimensional picture that is actually happening here. So even though there may be a challenge, you know how to handle it. So the messages that are coming from your person for you are: being mirrors for each other makes self-love so important. I wish I was there to love you, but if not, I want you to love and nurture yourself. Yeah, so this is for me clarifying that there may not be any communication between you right now, but your person is saying that even though they're not there, they want you to focus on self-love. And it's like almost as if they were there. Does that make sense? They may not be there right now, but spiritually they're there. And tune into that energy and feel how much they do care about you. I'm going through a dark night of the soul. Nothing in my life is making sense. So your person might be struggling with some inner demons right now, some fears. Even though you've come through a lot of your fears, I feel like your person is still dealing with some inner issues right now. It's interesting that we have 11 here, 11, 11 here, 8 here, and 8 here. I'm walking home to you. I'm not sure where I am on the path, but I'm walking it. So this person is trying to come back to you, but you need to surrender to where they're at and just trust in their actions right now. I know I need to release attachments with karmic people. I'm creating a plan to leave him or her. So the reason why you may not have been in very much contact or haven't seen each other recently could be because there's a third party, and that's interfering with your connection. But your person is making a plan so that they can get out of that. Whatever it is, it's often a person, but it doesn't have to be a person, or you may automatically think that it's a romantic connection, but it could be some kind of family relationship, including parents or children. It could be some kind of work situation. It could be like a karmic financial situation. And that could be something that's turning around with this Wheel of Fortune card. But your person, I would say, is in the planning process of reconnecting with you. Just like you, I'm always doing some form of mission. My energy and wisdom supports those around me. Okay. Well, what I'm just feeling about this, because we just had that relationship card, like children could be important. Maybe that's the karmic relationship, or maybe the person is still in a relationship with someone else and they have been staying there for the children. This could also be saying that they are on mission as well, even if you're not seeing it, because it may not be in the same form of mission that you're in, but they are still someone that people look to for advice and support. What you need to surrender. Surrender unhealthy relationships. Let go of relationships that don't serve you, including unavailable or toxic people. You deserve to be treasured by others and surrounded by positive people. So this message could be for you or your person. And I think it goes right with that card about releasing karmic attachment. So obviously this is more likely to be a relationship of some sort. Again, it doesn't have to be romantic. But there's someone toxic around one of you or both of you, and you really need to look at your relationships right now and disentangle yourself from those relationships, and you're going to be supported by the universe to do this. Surrender stress. Take a few deep breaths and exhale the tension you built up in your body. Let the stress go as you come back to your center. So don't worry is what I'm feeling. Don't worry about this situation because the universe is taking care of this for you. They're going to guide you even when it comes to these relationships that you need to extract yourself from. And continue to stay in your positivity. If there is something like being triggered, it's likely to be something from a past life. Now the song message from your person about how they're feeling about you is nothing compares to you. It's been 7 hours and 15 days since you took your love away. I go out every night and sleep all day since you took your love away. Since you've been gone, I can do whatever I want. I can see whomever I choose. I can eat my dinner in a fancy restaurant, but nothing, I said nothing can take away these blues, 'cause nothing compares to you. So things are looking really positive. So I suspect for group number 1, there's going to be some changes happening, but really stay positive about them because you're being so supported by the universe right now. So this deck that I'm using is my own Twin Flame Oracle. If you're interested in this deck, the link is below with a discount code. Also using the Romance Angels, the Power of Surrender, and the Lover's Path Tarot. If you would like a personal reading, you can visit my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much. Okay, if you chose card number 2, here is your reading. So the overall theme of your connection right now is wisdom. This is also the High Priestess card. Okay, so what I feel they're wanting you to know about your connection right now is that something isn't how it appears. Something is being veiled in this situation. Now, with the High Priestess card coming up as the central theme, it's likely that there's limited communication. So often the High Priestess card represents silence. So that could be long or short-term silence. It could be because like you both are being guided to go within at this time because, like I said, something isn't clear. And it's like you need to meditate or go within to get some kind of message. Now, the title of this card is Wisdom, and she's holding a book. So it's like you have to learn something. You need to grow in some way for this connection, or you're getting the wisdom so that you can see or understand something that you couldn't before. So yeah, it's a very inwardly focused time for the two of you. So the energy of your past is chemistry clarified with these feelings overwhelm me and I become afraid. Sometimes I even run away from you because of it. So there has been this strong pull to each other. And I think that you're both feeling that there's a chemistry there. But it's almost a chemistry that's so strong that it's overwhelming. And it's been hard to follow through on the relationship because there's been this fear around it. Either you or your person may be very sensitive. What I mean by that is, like, what I'm picking up is something has happened to likely your person, but it could be you as well, where they get triggered by a lot of emotions and it creates a fear. I feel like it's something from their childhood that made them feel this way. And so even though there is this strong chemistry, they don't know how to deal with it, or they haven't known how to deal with it, and they've run from you. And so that could be why there's like this silence here. What is happening in the present? Express your love. And I'm changing this pattern and moving forward. Okay. So with express your love coming up, that I feel clarifies that even if there hasn't been silence, there hasn't been full openness or there hasn't been full honesty. Either you or your person is not really expressing your feelings, but you want to, or they want to, because there's forward momentum and there's a change in this pattern. So it could be that you're communicating, but the person isn't being fully honest, or they're holding back, or you're holding back. Or they could be deceiving you in some way because of this fear that they have of being overwhelmed by your connection. What I'm getting is like they're not saying what you want. Which of course the other person doesn't have to say what you want. They should say what they feel. But I feel like probably for if you're the person watching this, you might feel some frustration with your person because maybe you know that what they're saying isn't aligned with what you intuitively pick up from them, or you've been waiting for them to change and you're feeling frustrated because they haven't been changing fast enough, but they're telling you that they want to change now and they're trying to push forward. What's coming up in the future? Religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. And just like you, I'm always doing some form of mission. My energy and wisdom supports those around me. So interesting, because this religious factors card, I feel, is very similar to the High Priestess card. So for those of you that chose number 2, I feel like there's something about your purpose here that is very much connected to this relationship. But even more than that, it's connected to your voice. So maybe your person isn't saying everything, but maybe you're not saying everything either. Maybe you are holding something back. You're being silent about something. And it could be that your person is holding back about you, but you're holding back about something that has to do with your purpose. Like maybe you're being called to share your wisdom, and that's connected to your relationship. And maybe you do or don't see that connection. Or you want your person to be clear and honest, but your guides are saying you also need to be clear and honest in what you want to say in your relationships. Now with this card, he is also holding a book. So again, I feel like there's knowledge, like seek knowledge. Could be something in a book. If you have a book that you've been like, oh, I should read this because it might be connected to something I need to know. It could be like a spiritual book. Definitely go back and read that book. But this is a mission card. So somehow mission is connected to all of this. So let's see. What wants to be expressed in this relationship? Okay, birdcage and bonfire. Okay, so there's a lot of passion in this relationship. Like, this person's on fire for you, but they're stuck in this cage and they don't know how to say it. Now, the second word here is codependent. So I feel like codependency is something important here, whether it's you or them, or they're being controlled, or there could be a third party energy here. Why is this person stuck in a cage? Why is this person stuck in a cage? The High Priestess. Okay. So this person, they are seeking wisdom about this connection. That's what I feel. And maybe you need to seek wisdom about it too. So like tuning into your higher self, following your intuition. What is your heart telling you? This is what's coming up for you and your person right now. And I am going to say, like, for them it's about you, but for you it's probably about mission. What is not being spoken in this relationship? What is not being spoken? I know in my heart we'll be together one day, and that helps me trust. Let's keep working on us. What did I just say? Like, what does your heart say about this connection? That's what is being followed here. So having faith and trust in your intuition, but also having faith and trust in God is going to be really important for you number 2s, and like breaking you out of whatever cage this has been. What your person wants to say to you. And so let's see, like, because they obviously can't express themselves, so what do they want to say through the cards? This situation is being caused by both of us. Look at your own role in this situation to help us change it. Okay, so yeah, remember I was saying they're not speaking, but also maybe you aren't speaking, or you have to look at where you're not expressing yourself. I feel like that's what that card is clarifying. I'm struggling with codependency. I'm afraid to let go of my old coping mechanisms. Yeah, this person has been fearful of this situation. Maybe they have some old patterns that they use to cope, and they're trying to overcome those old patterns, and indeed, they are overcoming them. I wanted to send you a message today, but I was afraid to. I don't know if you want to hear from me or if I can say the right things to you. Yeah, this person has been thinking about messaging you and communicating with you, but they don't know how. This could also be you. Well, what I want to say about this card is that we see this woman at a typewriter. And we've got book and we've got book. So it could be that you are needing to communicate something. Maybe you're writing a book. If you are writing a book, there's something about that that's connected to this relationship. So yeah, like I really feel that message clearly. Like you both need to open up and express something, even though like for you it might not be expressing something to the person you're asking about. It might be you expressing something that you want to just share with the world. I'm trying to figure out this connection. I've never experienced anything like it before. Yeah, like your person feels such a strong pull to you. They really don't know what to make of that energy. When our conversations are lighthearted and playful, it eases the tension that is sometimes there when we talk. So they want to know how to approach you in a lighthearted way. Perhaps there's been some communication in the past that was angry, or maybe you know how I was picking up, they're not saying what you want. So they may have said something that was a lie, or they may have said something hurtful to you. And now it's like they want to make up for it and they want to approach you in a different way, but they don't know how. What needs to be surrendered in this connection? Surrender to prayer. Give yourself over completely to prayer. When you pray from your heart, you'll be heard throughout the universe, and answers and support will arrive. So yeah, remember I said trust and having faith? That deep wisdom is something very pertinent to this relationship right now. Surrender denial. Accept people and situations exactly as they are without denying the difficulties. Then you can see things clearly and make the best decision. So I feel like with this card, what they mean is like this person has been running and they've been in denial about their feelings for you perhaps, or they've been in denial about what they know they need to say to you. And they need to surrender that and see the situation to honor what their feelings really are towards you. If there's a third party involved here, because we do have like codependency, I mentioned codependency earlier, you know, there could be some reason why there's silence, even like, you know, if they're married, they may not want to start anything with you because that would be complicated and maybe against their morality. But they might be denying something about that other relationship. I'm also feeling like in general here, because these surrender cards could be for either of you. But remember I said like something's veiled, something's not being seen, and something's going to be seen or understood that hasn't been before. And that's here because we have this blindfold. Yeah. So the blindfold is coming off about something, and it's not really a negative necessarily, but it's letting you understand some spiritual aspect that you need to share, or some spiritual aspect of this relationship. Deep insight is what I'm getting for group number 2. If you have been in silence, or like I said, you may not be in silence, but your person isn't being fully open and honest, just know that they're working on that, and you're going to see changes regarding that in the future. And if you haven't been honest with them, this might be a time where you need to express yourself. So number 2, I cleared the cards away, and then I realized that I didn't give you the song message from your person. So that song is You're the One That I Want. This is a song from Grease, and it's a duet between Olivia Newton-John and John Travolta's character. So understand that it's a duet, because otherwise the lyrics are a bit strange. If you're filled with affection, you're too shy to convey. Meditate in my direction, feel your way. I better shape up, 'cause you need a man. Yes, I need a man who can keep me satisfied. I better shape up if I'm gonna prove. Yes, you better prove that my faith is justified. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure down deep inside. You're the one that I want. Okay, so remember that I said that there is some kind of wisdom or clarity or information. This could be saying that your person is like getting clear. You are the one that I want. And so they've been afraid to take the risk because the emotions with your connection are so intense. But they're getting ready to take that risk and kind of throw caution to the wind. Also, this first line is kind of cute considering what the cards were. If you're filled with affection, you're too shy to convey. Meditate in my direction, feel your way. We have that little play on words there. That is like about meditating and going by what you feel, meaning going by your heart in this case. So I definitely wanted to give you guys that message. So I'm using my own deck, the Twin Flame Oracle. I have the link for that below, along with the discount code. I'm also using the Romance Angels, the Lover's Path, and the Power of Surrender. If you would like a personal reading with me, I'll link my website below, and I'll speak to you soon. So if you chose number 3, this is your reading. The overall theme of your relationship right now is grace. This card is the Star card. So there's healing, there's cleansing, there's inspiration, being guided by a higher power. In this deck we have Beatrice from Dante's Inferno, and she's being cradled in the arms of the god Amor. Amor meaning love. So it's like she's cradled in love. We have these doves. We have the Sacred Heart. So there's a lot of healing around love happening in this connection. The energy from the past is trust, clarified with our destiny is calling. Preparations are underway to take the next step. So in the past, you've been called to really trust something about this connection. You've had to have faith Maybe things weren't moving as fast as you wanted them to, or there wasn't clarity about the situation. But Spirit is saying that all of that was preparation for the future. And now there's some shift, and this destiny is beginning to call you. The energy of the present. It's safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. Clarified with, don't listen to other people. Trust yourself to know the truth. Okay, so whether this is you or the person you're asking about, someone hasn't felt safe to love. Now, that doesn't go against anything that you've done, but it's probably something in this person's past, probably their childhood, in which they weren't feeling safe and secure, and the thought of opening up their heart was challenging. This is where the trust came in, right? Or maybe your person was afraid to love and you needed to trust that the connection was there, even if they weren't able to express it. This card makes a lot of sense with this. It's safe for you to love, because Spirit is saying you're being cradled in the arms of love. There's nothing but love here, so don't be afraid. And of course, the star is healing. Well, even the name of this card, grace, right? It's like God's grace is shining on you right now, helping you to feel safe and secure so that this trust can be established, so you may have needed to trust. Your person also needs to learn trust so that they could feel safe and come out with what they're really feeling about you. Trust yourself to know the truth. So what's happening now is your person is tuning into their heart. It feels like this love that they feel for you is getting so pronounced that they can't hide it anymore. We have this lighthouse in the background, but this lighthouse, it's not very bright. It's like this person has been afraid to shine their light, or they've been afraid to really show all of themselves because they didn't feel safe. Well, let's see what's happening in the future. Romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Clarified with, whatever you just cleared helped me to shift to. Okay, so this person is likely to come forward with their true feelings for you in the future. And a lot of what's helping them do that is because of the clearing work that you've done. And I think a lot of that clearing work had to do with maintaining your trust and faith in this connection. It's like you knew all the time that your destiny was with this person. And you've been preparing and you've been taking steps. And it's going to pay off. Because not only is it helping you heal, but it's helping your person heal. Why? Look what card came out. Just fell out of the deck. The bridge card, guys. If you've been watching my videos, you know what the bridge card means. Why is this person felt unsafe to love? Master. So there's been some kind of self-mastery that needed to happen in your relationship. And it may not be that you're in total separation. It could be that you're actually in a relationship, but maybe this person has been holding a piece of themselves back from going all in this connection. course, the Master is about faith and trust. Can you tell us more about why this person has felt unsafe? Tandem bicycle. Well, for me, these cards are more about how they're shifting. So they're becoming more in control of themselves and their energy and understanding. But they're also seeing that this relationship is an energy of togetherness. Maybe they're getting a lot of synchronicities. But they're just seeing that it's like you're meant to be. You're in partnership. You're in collaboration. What would they like to say to you? I'm trying to figure out this connection. I've never experienced anything like it before. So I feel like one of the things that has inhibited them from feeling safe is because they couldn't really figure out the depth of this connection. What I'm feeling about this person is they like to be in control. And that's how they've maintained relationships, or they've handled relationships in the past. In order to feel safe, they've been in control. And there's something about your connection where they didn't feel as if they had control. It was like something outside of themselves. I care about you even when I act like I don't. I'm hiding my true feelings because I feel vulnerable. Yeah, that feeling of vulnerability is very uncomfortable for your person. So they've been working a lot on that, and they want you to know that's one of the reasons why. What I'm getting is that they sometimes pull away from you. It's because of that fear of being vulnerable and that you might hurt them in some way. Words have hurt me in the past, and that's why I fear talking to you. Yeah, so they're telling you that they've been hurt by something before. And so it's hard for them to let their guard down because they are afraid they're going to get hurt again. I'm trying to understand how my thoughts create my reality. I know I need to stay positive. Are you? One of the things that this person is understanding now that maybe they didn't in the past was how much their thoughts are connected to what is actually happening. So realizing that if they fear love, they're pushing love away. And that's why they haven't had the love in their life that they wanted to. So they're trying to be more positive in this situation. They're trying to have this trust. And that's what's creating the change in your dynamic. Clear the illusions of the 3D world. Don't take everything at face value. There's a lot more going on spiritually and energetically than you can see. I feel like your person has been really working hard on their spiritual connection. Again, it goes back to trust, but even with this overall energy of the star and trusting themselves, needing to move past their fear. And that's really the illusions of the 3D world, is the fear. So I feel like your person is pushing through fear. I want to say like they're being guided right now as well. They're being guided maybe by their higher self or by their guides. What needs to be surrendered in this connection? Surrender to trust. Trust yourself and your decisions. Don't be swayed by other people's strong opinions about what to do. Take action and be confident that you have chosen the right path. Trust is so important to you, number 3. Whether it's you or your person, It's like really having faith in a higher power right now, and that everything is being guided by that higher power. Recognizing that you're safe. You know, a lot of times we don't want to open our heart unless we're sure about what the other person is feeling. And that can go for you or your person. Because if you aren't sure, because your person hasn't been feeling safe enough to say what their true feelings are, right? And so you don't know where they stand, then you also don't trust, and you also don't feel safe, and you don't want to open your heart. And so the spiritual path is about opening up your heart regardless of what the other person is doing, because you trust that you're always loved by God and that God isn't going to let you get hurt. Surrender your desire to control people. Being over-controlling can sabotage relationships. To more effectively achieve your goals, back off, regroup, and give the situation more breathing room. So as I was saying, this person likes to control situations. That's how they have felt safe, but it hasn't given them the relationships that they really want. And so they're willing to let go of that control now. There can also be some aspect of this in you. Maybe you have wanted to control your person in the past, or control the situation with your person, but when you trust and just let God sort it out, that's when you're going to see real change happening in this relationship. It's like you can't control it. You have to surrender to what needs to happen. And maybe if you are trying to control this relationship, it's because you're the one that was not feeling safe. But really focus on clearing right now so that these romantic feelings, the truth of what's going on, can really come out into the open. So the song that your person wants to give you about how they feel is Suddenly by Olivia Newton-John. Why do I feel so alive when you're near? There's no way any hurt can get through. Longing to spend every moment of the day with you. Suddenly the wheels are in motion and I'm ready to sail any ocean. Suddenly I don't need the answers because I'm ready to take all my chances with you. This song came up in the overall monthly reading for January, so if you haven't watched that reading, there might be additional information in that message for you. One thing that this card represents is that energy is going to be moving quickly. So your person could suddenly come forward with romantic feelings about you, or there's some kind of healing, clearing, or reconnection happening, and that's going to be sudden. This person is feeling more safe. Look at this line in this song. There's no way any hurt can get through. And that's that, like, feeling safe and feeling trust from a higher power. And because of that now, they're ready to take a risk. And they're saying, suddenly I don't need the answers. Suddenly I'm just ready to take a chance here. I am using my own deck in this reading, the Intuit Twin Flame Oracle. The link is below, along with the discount code. Also am using the Romance Angels, the Lover's Path Tarot, and the Power of Surrender deck. If you would like a personal reading with me, I will link my website below. Otherwise, I'm sending you guys all the best for your relationship. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't, and I'll connect with you again soon.